Hi, this is Daniel741852, and today we are going to be going over UV options and alignment. And essentially, what UVs are basically, like in layman's term, it's what displays the texture on the object, like how stretched should it look, how small should it look, is it rotated, etc., etc. You get the gist. So, before we get into the deeper technicalities, let's go ahead and cover what's in the marbleBlastToolkit first. So let me go ahead and go into orthographic view here, and I prefer the green line actually. There we go. So now we have the z-axis, which is the blue line on here, and the y-axis, which is the green line here. So we're gonna go ahead and press G, then hold Control, so we're working with the grid. And let's just move that cube right here in the corner of these two axes meeting. So let's go ahead and go to our asset browser. MVU Lily Asset Pack, Interiors, Marble Blast Gold, and let's just put our grid cool on there. You might notice we see nothing. We forgot to go into material preview mode. There we go. So it's off. I just realized we're going to put the camera and the light on here. Okay, back to the cube. Go into edit mode by pressing tab, and then document with an icon. Try planar map. 111. We've been through this before. Okay, cool. So now we got a really basic cube. Let's go ahead and just put a trim on it, just because. Edge weight 2. Let's go into face mode. Click, shift click, shift click, shift click. And assign. So it's not perfect. So try planar map again. Trim. There we go. That looks good. At this point, you might have noticed the tri-planar map is essentially the square hole of texturing. If in doubt, or if something looks wrong, just use tri-planar map. Honestly, it saves you a lot of time. Okay, so let's go back to the orthographic view, which will click the X button here, or you can press numpad 3. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna grab the bottom face, G, and then press Z. And I just realized we're not in correct face attributes. G, Z, hold Control. That looks good enough. Okay, so we got a very basic looking platform here. Now let's extrude a face. So let's go ahead and press E. Let's go ahead and list one grid. That's 2, 3, 4. We'll go ahead and work at 4. Grab. Z. Let's move this up by 2. Let's press E again to extrude another face. And let's go ahead and move this by 2. And that can pass. Like, nothing wrong with that. But what if you have an issue with how this looks? Like, this could probably look better. So let's go back to our orthographic view. And we're going to do a bit of math here. So you might have noticed I moved 2 up based on this grid. And then I moved 4 to the right based on the grid. So let's go ahead and select these 2 faces with the trims we want to adjust. Let's go back to orthographic view. Document icon. And this time, we're going to click Skew and Shift UVs. And we're going to skew this on the y-axis. And earlier we did count, so we went up 2 on the grid. And then we went forwards 4 on the grid. So we're going to go ahead and do 2 divided by 4. And that doesn't look right. So let's go ahead and undo that by hitting Control Z. Let's go back to Skew and Shift UVs. And let's try with a negative behind it this time, so -2 divided by 4. Perfect. And there you go. This is how you would create perfect trims if you really want to get that covered and out of the way. So with that said, there's more options on here. You might have noticed there's Reset UV and Quantize Trim Aligned. I'm gonna be honest, these are rather simple. Also, I just realized these faces look wrong. Remember what I said earlier? When in doubt, always use triplanar matte. There we go. It's corrected again. Okay. Anyway, so Reset UVs, essentially what that does is it just resets the texturing. There's really nothing more to say about it. That's honestly all the tool really does. So like if you might have fucked up a UV and you just want to put it to a clean slate, then you can just use that Reset UV option. There's also another one called Quantize Trim Aligned. So essentially what that does is, let me go ahead and grab a random vertice. If you happen to have fucked up and move the vertice right here, and now it's really misaligned, you can go ahead and click this icon, click Quantize Trim Aligned, and there you go. It fixes the alignment of the trim. Again, the UVs might look fucked, but whenever in doubt, always use triplanar mapping. There you go. Now it's fixed again. And there you have it. That's all of the options that we've covered throughout the videos discussing the marbleBlastToolkit. We went over every tool. We went over the textures, the shapes, the skies, the templates, and the triggers. Now, I would say that's the end of everything, but of course not. So, it looks like once again the top UV is incorrect because of that correction we did. Triplanar map 1 1. Alright. So, what if you want to let's just add a cube actually. You want to add a cube that's the caution stripe from marbleBlast Gold. And let's go ahead and just drag and drop. Select everything, triplanar map. That's fine, I don't care. And let's move that over here. Let's adjust this platform a bit. That's fine. Okay, so you have a little caution stripe platform here, and you want it to be rotated. You don't want it to just look like, stripes. Well, in the tools we covered earlier, we clearly can't do that as easily. We can only do offset, scaling, and skewing could work. That could work. But what if we want to try something else? What if we want something more complex? Well, let me go ahead and change the outlines to be trimmed just because I feel like it. Well, oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do something here. Let's select this top face, and then select the bottom face. Well, we don't have to select the bottom face. Let's just focus on the top face, and we're gonna go into a completely new tab here. So this is gonna be a little overwhelming. We're gonna go into UV editing, and you might notice you're greeted with two views. The left view is the UV view. I guess it's technically not the UV editor. The left view is the UV editor, and the right view is, of course, our 3D view. So let's move our mouse up here where these options are, and then use the scroll wheel to scroll around. And let's go into material preview mode. Let's go to the top orthographic view. So let's hit the Z button or numpad 7. Now we're working with something. So we're going to focus on the left window, and you might notice there's vertices you can grab. So if we press L, it selects all the vertices are connected to each other. So if we grab this, you'll notice we're now freely moving the UVs. And of course, if you hold control, you can snap it to the grid as well. But enough of that. Let's just go ahead and rotate it. So let's press R for rotation. Hold control so it snaps to the grid. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Let's do 45. And there you go. Now it's angled at a 45-degree angle, and it looks pretty much what you'd expect from those caution stripes you'd see in Marble Blast Gold. We could do the same for the bottom floor. Screw it. Let's just do 45. And there you have it. That's pretty much UV editing on a really basic scale. It just lets you stretch and morph the texture. So if you select everything and press S, you can scale it. And if you just press G, you can move it. And then R, you can rotate, etc. And there you have it. That's UV mapping. So this is essentially useful if you want to not use triplanar mapping or the skew and shift UV options we went over. Just because this gives you like near limitless control over everything. Alrighty, so with that out of the way, there is another thing I'd like to cover at least, and that's UV Unwrapping. So let's go ahead and Shift A, Mesh, Cylinder. Let's make the cylinder 32 is fine. I don't really care that much. So let's grab this cylinder. Let's just move it right here. And you know what? Let's be creative with it. Let's put the custom wood box on here. Another texture. Let's do custom wood box top. And let me move this cylinder up just so we can see the bottom as well. Go into edit mode. Top, bottom. Custom block top. And you might notice it does look pretty scuffed. So let's go into UV editing. Let's press A to have everything selected. And let's just fix this real quick. So let's focus on the top and bottom first. I'm sure you can tell, but that's, you know, these two circular looking objects in here. So let's press L on this rectangle here and then press H just to hide that. Let's press L on this. Let's grab it and then let's go ahead and move it to the center. Press S for scale. And you can eyeball it. There's nothing wrong with eyeballing it. That's what you want to do at this point. Just eyeball it, and that looks pretty good. So now let's go ahead and press L on this one, just to select all the connected vertices. Move it to the center while holding control. Scale. And there we go. Now we got that part done. So let's go ahead and press A. Let's press L on this rectangle here. And you know what? Actually, let's press L on these circulars first. So L, H, and then L, H again. Let's go ahead and hover over this image looking icon. Click. Let's go to custom wood box because that is the texture that we're working with. And we can make this look better. So let's just press L. Let's scale this by I think 2 will work actually. Let's scale this by 2. G for grab. Hold control to keep it locked to the grid. There we go. Now we have we know how to UV unwrap a cylinder and adjust the UVs to make it fit our texture. So of course, let's make sure for face attributes turned on. If we grab the top, press G and then hold Z. It's stitching the UVs just fine. Alrighty. And there you have it. We've successfully unwrapped a cylinder. We fit the top and bottom texture to fit custom woodblock top, which you see right here. And we fit the main body of the texture to fit custom woodblocks. And now it looks like it's stitching seamlessly. And there you have it. So why don't we take a look at how this looks in game, yeah? So file, export, diff, data, interiors, MBG, custom. Let's just name this Blender. Yes. Export diff. And let's load up Platinum Quest, yeah? Okay, we've loaded up Platinum Quest, or Marble Blast Gold, whatever you're working with. So let's go ahead and open our mission. Alright, we've loaded our mission. Let's delete this interior. Let's go to Interiors, Platinum Data, Interiors, MBG, Custom. Where is it? Blender, UV Alignment Test, there it is. So click this, zero it out as usual, apply. Let's get rid of this shit. So, fuck you sign finish, fuck you endpoint. Okay. There you have it. The trim looks perfect. It's pretty much what I wanted it to be. The caution stripe looks perfect as well. And the cylinder looks perfect as well. So, there you have it. We've successfully exported it into our game, and the collision seems to be fine. Alright, thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.